Let me just pin that. We go. There we go. Pin. Nietzsche, good morning. How are you doing? Welcome, everybody. There we go. Welcome in, everybody. Happy Fashion Friday. Happy Friday, everyone. I have a whole bunch of things to do after this today, but we have an awesome guest. It is Ashley Please, who is a fashion seller on Whatnot, who has really fun shows. And Mimics, hello. How are you? Happy Fashion Friday. Hello, hello. It almost made me report myself. Allow to moderate. There we go. AHJC, good morning. How are you doing? So, yeah, my daughter's coming to visit for a bit. So it's definitely a FriYAY for me. Sassy Mandu, hello, how are you? Oh, that rhymed. Ooh, that was fun. I like rhyming. So good morning. So we're going to have Ashley Please on, and we're going to chat about selling on Whatnot. And if you have questions that you'd like to ask, feel free to ask your questions. If you want to share your shows, feel free to share your shows. Loki is currently on his beginning of a squeaky toy rampage, which always happens at the beginning of my shows. Hopefully he will calm down. I'm going to do some flash sales. I have my collector cards. I haven't added my latest collector card from Thrift Shop Cards, just came in. I'm very excited about it. It just came in. I haven't added it yet. This is my, if you're wondering, this is my inflatable rooster costume that I put on at least once or twice a year. Haven't put it on yet in 2026, but you know, the year is still young. He does know when to squeak, doesn't he? So I haven't listed this one yet. It will be going up. So now I have 4 cards. I'm going to do some flash sales on my collector cards. What are they? This is called Thrift Shop Cards. And I'm just one of like 500. I think there's over 500 now. Sellers on Whatnot around the world who have these cute little collector cards. They're like trading cards for Whatnot sellers. So, and I always do, when I do my chat shows, if I remember, I do flash sales on all of them. So this is my OG one with my Canadian tuxedo on. And then I have my, I have this one, which is my teaching card. And this one I only sell during my community shows. So that flash sale is running for that one. And then I also have, and this one's perfect for Pride Month because my outfit. I also have this card, which has the dogs on it. That's Romeo with his ball, and that's Loki, who's usually barking at me. And this one will be added soon with my rooster costume on. So welcome in, everybody. I'm really excited to chat with Ashley this morning and learn more about how she sells and hear your questions about what you want to ask Ashley, or just ask me about selling on Whatnot in Canada or anywhere around the world. Because that's what I'm here for, is to answer your questions and chat with people that are like you, that are sellers, and hear about their struggles and what works for them and what doesn't work for them. So that's what we're going to be doing this morning. So if you have shows you would like to share, feel free to do so. Let me know what show you have coming up so we can all bookmark your upcoming shows. Good morning, Randy. Good morning, Tiz, McGee, and Isbiz. Vintage Homestead. Hello, hello. Is it Gigi or Gigi? Good morning. How are you? Welcome in. Hello, Ashley. There she is. I'm going to moderate you. Boop-a-doo, ba-doo-ba-doo. Good morning, Ashley. I'm so excited to chat with you. It's going to be fun. We're just going to, and we're just waiting for Melody to pop in. So if you have shows that you would like to share, Gigi. Okay, perfect. Thank you. Gigi. Hello, Gigi. Welcome in. Brittany, welcome in. How are you? So feel free to ask your question and share your shows beforehand, or you can wait, and if you want to ask a question Gigi is your mama? I love that. Hi, Gigi. You have a beautiful daughter. I love that your mama's in here. I love that. Good morning, Brittany. I love it. You have an amazing daughter. My amazing daughter is coming to visit briefly. She's on her way to Toronto, so we're the halfway point. Melly, welcome in. So if you want to share your shows while we're waiting for Melody to pop in, because she always does the introductions. If you want to share your shows, feel free to do so. And Ashley, I have questions, but don't worry. I don't ask like hard hitting like 60 minutes questions here. They're just normal questions. No, somewhat normal. They're coming out of my mouth, so they can't possibly be normal. Candy B, welcome in. I'm excited to chat with you too. I can't wait because I've heard so many good things. Lyris, good morning. How are you doing? I love your little image. I saw it the other day. I love your little image. Good morning. How are you? So if you have shows, who's got shows coming up? Anybody got shows coming up this weekend? I'm doing my Saturday morning chat. And then Sunday, I am doing a FriYAYS train. It's all FriYAYS, and I'm the only Canadian on board. So Canada, come help me out. If you like Wade Whimsies, there's going to be a whole bunch of really unique ones. I've got that are hard to find now. I love FriYAYS too, Candy. I have all the Canadian ones, almost all of the Canadian ones. I have a whole bunch of them. So Wade Whimsy, YEG Picker. Hey, YEG Picker, tonight at Toys at 8 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. The Sassy Vintage Chick. Hello, Michelle. Everyone follow the Sassy Vintage Chick, my wonderful friend in the United States. Beautiful, fun, and she will laugh at you if you get stuck trying to get through a sunroof, whatever you call them. Sunroof, because it opens. Yeah. I was trying to look through the moonroof, but my boobs are too big. Bookmark June 13th on Elizabeth Oda profile. We're doing a joint show with Danny, Shop with Danny. So you get 3 sellers and 1 shipping plus $150 in giveaways. AHJC, Elizabeth Oda, and Shop with Danny are doing a June 13th, 3 sellers in 1 plus $150 in giveaways. That sounds really exciting. I love that. Hello, happy Fashion Friday. Happy Friday, Melody. Welcome in. Sorry, I keep bouncing I just realized I have to put it on Do Not Disturb. Okay, forgot to do that. So welcome in, everybody. Candy B says, I have a few on my list that I have yet to find. Yes, I'm so excited for doing my Wade raid train. It'll be the first time that I've been on someone else's raid train in a long time, because I usually avoid that, but I was like, I was checking out the new website that Thriftworks developed, that is raidtrain.app, and he's not making money off of this, okay? Like, he's doing this as a service to us as sellers, and they're all right now, they're all US based raid trains, but I'm sure we can fix that. Michael B. Fire, welcome in. Dinaj, welcome in. Who else did I miss to welcome in? Okay, Melody, are you set? Annie, welcome in. Welcome in. If I missed you, I'm sorry. Welcome in. I said groovy. Hello. Yeah, thank you, Sassy. Yes, raidtrain.app. It's not an app. It's not like a separate, there's no payment at whatsoever. And he's made it so it's like perfect. As a former conductor of raid trains, I looked at it and thought, this is what we actually need. It has a lot of the features that I've always wanted, that even when I created my own website, I couldn't get what he's managed to do. Darren's got a very big brain, and he uses it well. Okay, so Melody is ready. Let's, I almost brought Sassy on. There we go. Melody. And sorry, Loki is going to squeak for a bit until he tires himself out. Invite to co-host. There we go. All right, let me make sure I've got
my Hi, friend. Can I please see your nails?
So I started out with the middle finger.
I love
So
it still.
if anyone has an issue, I know I've been saying this a lot, but if anyone has an issue with my rainbow pride nails, they can read between the lines. And then as the nails pop off, which everyone knows is an inside joke, that my nails pop off at the most awkward times, so whenever one pops off, then I'm adding more rainbow. So by the end of June, or probably in like a day or two, I will be all rainbow.
I really love it. I love the mismatch and I love it. And happy Pride, everybody. Happy
Yeah,
Pride.
happy Pride
Um,
and happy
everybody.
Men's Mental Health Month. I
Yeah.
think this is
And
something that
happy Mental Health Month.
men's mental health is probably one of the leading cause of men committing violence because they don't deal with their mental health
Hmm.
and get out in wrong ways. And so the more that we all can be talking about that, about how important it is for men to get help when they need it, maybe there would be less of us picking the bear.
Hmm.
I still choose bear, but that's just me. I'm still choosing a bear. If I wasn't already married, I'd marry a bear.
Plus, they're
Yeah,
cute.
Pride. I'm so excited. There's a few events happening in my small little area, and for Pride Month, we're very small. I live in a small area. Peterborough, which is the closest town to me, they don't do Pride parades and everything until September because it's a big college and university town. So they
Hmm.
wait for everyone to come before they do Pride. So um, they'll have Pride in. So if you want to re-experience Pride, come to Peterborough in
Amazing.
and as Mimic says, emotions is normal to have. Yeah, and if you and process them and be okay. Live with those emotions. They're good to have. You're right. So Melody, hello, good morning. How are you doing, my love?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm okay. I'm okay. I would like life to be normal for
Hmm.
a week. Just give me a week of normalcy.
You
I
know
want
what? You're gonna win the. We've been messaging back and forth. We talk every day, Kim and I. Kim's winning the lotto. I've decided because it's mathematical.
yeah.
When you have that much bad luck, you're bound to win the lotto. So either that, or she's gonna go to Vegas and play the slots and win a lot of money.
Not going to Vegas. Not going to
Yeah,
Vegas.
maybe.
Not going to Vegas. Not even just I've never had a desire to be honest, other than going to the thrift stores in Vegas, which are supposedly epic. I've not an interest in going to Vegas. I've told you of my like if you want to go have some fun at a casino in Canada,
Hmm.
um, go to a casino that has the off track betting, which they all do,
Hmm.
and just bring $20. You and your friends
Hmm.
bring $20. You watch 10 races. Each one of you bet win, place, or show your choice for
Hmm.
$2.
Hmm.
The horse you think is going to go last. You have to try and pick the worst horse. The
Okay.
benefit of this is it's freaking hilarious to be the people in the room screaming at the horses to slow down while everyone is screaming at the horses to speed up. And you're like,
Yeah.
no, don't go so fast, go slower. It's hilarious. Um, and then at the end of the day, like, somebody gets a prize for being the one that picked the most losers. You're the greatest loser. But I mean, the thing is if you're totally wrong, you win extra money, right? If you're like
Oh,
wrong, you win money, right?
yeah.
Because you pick the loser to win, place, or show, and
I
usually pick a
I know
loser.
nothing about the races. I've
I
never been.
Yeah, well, it's fun if you do it that way because then you're not really worried if they don't win because that's kind of the point.
You
Is
know what's fun, guys? Go to a Mohawk casino. You know why?
ooh,
Or any First Nations casino. You know why? Usually the food is amazing. Usually they have like five-star dining and it's tax free.
ooh, this is true. When I was traveling in the States, when my daughter and I were driving back up from Florida, we stayed at casinos because it was cheaper. than staying,
Yeah.
and they were luxury suites. So we
Yeah.
stayed at casinos on our way up instead of staying in hotels. So a
That's
hotel
smart.
road was like way more expensive and didn't have like really nice rooms. Like they take care of you.
The the casino here, the Mohawk casino that we have here in Montreal in Kanawage, it's not Montreal, it's Kanawage. Um, it's like a five-star cruise ship. It's like
Mhm.
you're stepping on a cruise ship. It's really lovely. It's really, really lovely. I'm not a gambler or anything, but I like to go there and have a drink, eat a nice meal. It's really, really, really beautiful. They have beautiful restaurants and it's really like very classy, like a cruise ship.
So not like Casino Rama.
No.
Ah, yeah. One time I went to Casino Rama as a with I was running a conference, and so all the
Mhm.
staff, we took a break and went to Casino Rama for a bit because it was down the road, and I had to go to the bank machine at one point, and so when the money started coming out, I yelled out jokingly. I yelled out, "I've won! I've won!" And sweet old man came running around the corner
Oh
to
my
congratulate me on winning at the machine, and he's like, "You won?" And I was like, "Yes, I put my card in and I put in my numbers and it gave me money.
oh my god, so funny.
I won." And then he went, "Oh, congratulations." And then he was like, "Wait." And then he just walked away. I was like, I just made it as a joke amongst my friends. It wasn't meant to be like for, but I guess it was.
Yeah.
Um, should I make the trip to Winnipeg from Casino Rama? I've been thinking about it. Oh, from Winnipeg to Casino Rama.
Mm-mm.
Maybe if you want to
Mm.
go to Sir Melly, but if
Go on a road trip. I'm for any reason to go on a road trip. Across Canada, I'm for it. You can stop in on a thrift store. So if that's your excuse to go on a road trip, to stop in at thrift stores, and just see our beautiful country, I say go for it.
yeah, I've
Yeah.
I've done
And you can meet Kim.
Toronto, and I've done Edmonton to Toronto. Those were really fun. Although I have to admit, the Edmonton Toronto trip, we did go down into Wisconsin because I wanted to go to the Green Bay Packers Hall of Fame, and then we
Mhm.
crossed Lake. I can't speak. We crossed Lake Michigan on the ferry. That was definitely like an interesting experience because they try to make it like it's a cruise ship, but it's not. It's like the poorest man's cruise ship, but they try. Um, and then we drove through Detroit over again. So
I'm
we
so
did.
surprised you're a Green Bay fan.
I was at the time. It's a long story.
David's a
It
Green Bay
was
fan.
from Green Bay, and he talked about Vince Lombardi, and Vince Lombardi kind of became like like I liked a lot of things that Vince Lombardi said. Anyways,
Mhm.
back then I was young. I mean, we're talking over 30 years ago. So over 30 years ago. Okay, so let's shut up. Melody, tell me about our wonderful guest today.
Oh, hi, Rain. Hi, Rain. I hope I've never seen Rain on the app, so that's why I'm excited. Um,
Hi.
Rain, I hope you do a show here soon. You're amazing, and I'd love to see you selling on here. Hi. I'm very surprised. Hi, Rain. Hi, girl. Um, our guest today is Ashley, please. Um, I have never seen someone get to 1,000 sales that quickly here on the app in my life and ever in the history of whatnot. She got to 1,000 sales in 7 weeks. Yeah,
Not too
yeah,
shabby.
yeah. The reason why I had her on here as a guest is that Kim and I we do a lot of I wouldn't say analytics, but like we talk a lot about whatnot, and we definitely have at least a weekly powwow. a weekly podcast where we leave 10-minute messages, well, 5 minutes split in two because the gram cuts us off,
Yeah.
where we talk about our week before we go into Fashion Friday. And we were last week we were talking about um, a lot of sellers are concerned that the app's been a little bit slower, and I had some theories, um and I was thinking like a policy analyst, and I'm like, I'm going to collect all the data, and I'm going to collect this, and I'm going to do this. And Kim's like, Mel, you're missing one crucial point. Are they boring? Are they fun? You know,
Yeah.
because that plays a role. And
She,
so I've been watching Ashley's shows, and she just has such an energy. Such you're gonna see such and I'm so excited to chat with you, Ashley. Such an energy, um, that it's not a shocker that she was able to get to 1,000 sales that quickly. I've never seen someone do that. Um, but once you get to know or watch her shows and, you know, get to know her, you can understand how she did it. It's really just her. I really think, I mean, it's more than just her energy, but her energy plays such a big role. So without further ado, I don't know if you want to add something before we introduce her, Kim.
yeah. The only thing I want to say is that if you're like, oh well, then what not's for me, not for me, because I'm not high energy.
Yeah.
It it's about are you providing some sort of entertainment? You do not have to be high energy to
Yeah.
be entertaining. You do not have to wear a clown suit or a costume or do anything silly in order to be entertaining. You can teach, you can chat, you can build community. People, that is entertainment for people too. Just a connection with someone is
Hmm.
entertainment. It's just remember that whatnot is a live social selling app. So it is, yeah, you need to be engaging. Um, if you if you connect with your audience, you can do that 100 different ways. So I just think that's key before anybody says, oh well, then this is not for me, and goes.
Oh, no, no, no. I wasn't trying to discourage
No, no,
anybody. I
no,
wasn't, yeah,
I know you weren't. I just wanted to just
yeah,
make it like crystal clear to people that that's not
yeah.
what we that you have to be high energy in order to be successful on here. You don't. There are
Hmm.
really, I would say, like they're on the, like if there was a polar opposite to Ashley, that there are people on here who are like slow and
Yeah.
get going and okay there
But
and quiet and but they connect, and that's a vibe that some people are looking for. So it's about finding your vibe. But high energy does attract. Let's face it.
it's like what you always say, your vibe is going to attract your tribe.
Yeah.
And
And
it's really apparent on this app.
yeah, stick with being yourself. And
Hmm.
I that's one of the things that Ashley has done is she's stuck with being herself. She's high energy, so just go with it and run
Hmm.
with it, and that will attract the people who want that, and that has worked, right? I think that's the thing. So we'll anyways, we'll be I love you so much, Melody. I love the people that you pick. You always pick great people. It's always a
Thank
fun
you.
conversation. So I'm really looking forward to this conversation. So I'm gonna kick so that
Kick
I
me
can
off. Let's go for it. Yeah.
I love you.
Bye. Love
And
you. See you guys soon.
yep, bye for
Okay.
now.
Bye.
And I almost hit remove co-host. There we go. Did that part. So far so good. Okay, Ashley, here we go. Invite to co-host. Um, here we are. Let's see if it works. Oh, it says with Ashley. Hello.
Hello.
Okay, let's check the echo. We're good.
We're good?
We're good. We're good.
Okay.
Hello, hello. Welcome
Hi.
in.
Well,
Uh,
thank you for having me.
no, thank you. Thank you for volunteering your time for this. I think a lot
Of
of people don't feel
course.
that like you have to volunteer a couple of hours out of your day. Plus, then you're going to do a show after Melody. So it's like 3+ hours of your life that we're asking for you to help other people. So I really appreciate this. And I think everybody in here appreciates this, appreciates the time that everybody donates to this because this is a volunteer thing. You're not making money
Mhm.
off of it. We're helping. You're here to help others. And
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, no problem. For sure. I definitely wanted to jump on the opportunity because I think one of the biggest, what you guys were touching on, one of the biggest things about this app that I love is community. So it's like giving back to the community, right? And hanging out. I think hanging out with the community, with the people who are here, is one of the things that drives me a lot. So it's all part of that. So I'm very happy to be here and thank you for inviting me.
Magnus by Marika, thank you so much for the raid. Everyone, please follow Magnus by Marika. Marika, you could have picked anybody to go come hang out with. I really appreciate that you picked us to raid into. So I really appreciate you. Make sure you're following Magnus by Marika. Thank you so much. If one of the mods can tag Magnus by Marika, that would be awesome. I appreciate that. Can you just introduce yourself for someone who hasn't
Sure.
been to your shows before and doesn't know you? Tell us a little bit about yourself. It's okay to mention other apps where you sell because here we're
Sure.
like to be a seller as a whole.
Yeah. So, well, my name's Ashley, obviously. I live in Burlington, Ontario. I kind of have been reselling, for a couple of years on the P Mark app. I don't know if we can say it out loud.
Mark, it's all positive.
Yes. And on Facebook, just like randomly here and there, because I've always had a love for thrifting and I'd always come across items and be like, it's not for me, but I know it's for someone. And I'd put it up there, right? I worked full time previously in marketing and social media, which probably helps also in what I do over here and whatnot. So I was actually let go from my previous job in when was it? December? Yeah, no, January. Sorry, January. A company-wide restructuring, and it kind of threw me for a loop, right? And I actually leaned into thrifting as my dopamine hits during that time. And so I was finding more things that I was selling and then Whatnot. I had heard of Whatnot actually maybe like 3 years ago when it was just in the States. And I was like, oh shoot, at that time, I was like, oh, it's not here. Okay, that's okay. But it was always like in the back of my head, right? And then when I started thrifting more and posting more, it came up again on my feed and I'm like, let me check it out. So I bought on the app for I'd say probably like a month and a half. And I'm like, you know what? I totally can do this. So let me just jump on and try. So this is my 8th week on. And it's been honestly, people ask me like, what are you doing? What is going on over there? And I'm like, I don't know. It's wild and I love it. So it's just been so much fun.
Sorry, I'm muting because
That's
Loki
okay.
right
Okay,
now
yeah. No worries.
because
I have a, I have a doggy too, so it's all good.
Daddy, Daddy's arrived, and so Loki has to bark at him like somehow that's going to bring him into the house. Well, because
Yeah,
it works
yeah,
every time. It works.
yeah,
So how did you like you saw Whatnot three? Oh, it probably would have been over 3 years ago.
yeah.
Now they're all chorus of dogs is going to bark now.
That's
Hang on.
okay.
All right, I'm going to get my question out really quickly. So, what made you decide to come on to Whatnot this time now?
Well, so I don't know if it's like the way my brain works. I like the fast pacedness of it all. I found that on Poshmark, and I still sell on there. It was a little too like slow for me. Like taking all the pictures and like the descriptions and like that's great. Like it works for some people, but I just felt it wasn't like I wasn't looking forward to doing the listings. You know what I mean? I just wasn't looking for it's kind of a very solo endeavor. And I just love the community aspect. And I would see that in the comments. I would see people tagging each other and chatting. And it just felt more like my vibe. So I just thought I'm just gonna try it. So that's really what pushed me to do it.
I love that. I love
Yeah.
that. And so tell us about your first show, because a lot of people are,
Yeah.
um, you know, they're really nervous about doing their first show
Yes.
and getting it wrong. And I can tell you that my first shows, plural, were horrible.
Yeah.
Like horrible, horrible. And um, so tell us about your first shows. And it's
Yeah.
okay if you have the experience I did, but tell us about your first show.
I was so nervous, like beyond nervous, okay? So I like, okay. I tried to organize as much as possible as I could, right? Because like that's what you can control. You feel like you can control like your piles, the way you want to go through your items, all of that. I definitely chat GPT'd like, what should I do here? um, I had set up post-it notes on the wall behind the camera to be like, okay, first talk about this, then talk about this, then talk about this. And I was so nervous. And I remember like I had tried the rehearsal mode. So if you're new and you don't know, there's a rehearsal mode. So I definitely jumped on rehearsal mode, but there's something about being live in the moment, trying to fiddle with the buttons and like that gets the heart rate going when people are watching you not know what to button to push or what you're doing. And but I have to say it went fairly smooth despite all the nerves that I felt inside. And again, the community came out, and I remember the first person who purchased from me, Shireen, who's on this app. She was my first buyer, and I remember thinking, "Oh my god, somebody actually just bought from me! Like what? Like I couldn't believe it! Like when somebody actually was listening to me and saw what I showed and actually decided to purchase it with their money. Like I just couldn't believe it. It was a total different experience than Poshmark or Facebook when somebody's like sends in an offer or like you know is this still available? You know what I mean? It was just a total different experience. And it is like that dopamine hit. I'm like, this is so much fun. And so it went really well. And I'd say, yeah, the first 2 weeks, I was like, I had no idea what I'm doing. And definitely still, I'm still new. Like I feel like I'm still learning. I have so much to learn still. That I'm still nervous. I'm nervous going on every day. I'm never not nervous going on. So I don't know if that ever goes away. So if you're new and it's your first show and you're nervous, like yes, be nervous. You can do it and be nervous at the same time. But you got it. You got it.
And the community is super forgiving too, right?
Yeah.
Like
Yes.
when you put like my first show or my second show or my third show,
Yeah.
people come in
Yes.
like they're there to help. Like they might not,
Yes.
right, but they're there to help and be like,
Mhm.
okay,
Yeah.
so this is how you add a listing, right? The PJ Princess, hello. Um, so like totally the community is going to be
Mhm.
there for you. And you know what? If you only have two people in the room for your
Yeah.
first show, be a little grateful because you can practice without the pressure. You can
Yeah.
do the rehearsal mode. I've tried it a few times just to trying to put myself in the place of back when I was
Mhm.
3 years ago, and I was like, um, it's because it's not the stuff I sell. It just didn't. It
Right.
doesn't. It because it's preloaded. For those who don't
Yeah.
know,
Mhm.
I try rehearsal mode at any time, no matter if you've been a seller for 5 years or 5 minutes. Um, I found that like it has some good parts, but it's like it's more set up for categories that I don't
Fair.
necessarily step um sell in. So I one of the things that I like doing is private shows. Get
Ah.
like for example, your mom, who's
Yeah.
and do a private show. When you set up your whatnot show, at down at the bottom, one of the options is to make it private, and that means that the whole world isn't going to see it. Only the people that you send a link, you have to share that link to your show
Oh,
to
wow.
they can come into it. Now private shows is used for a lot of different purposes, but if you want to practice with
Yeah.
someone, then that's what I would suggest. Yeah, private shows with a
Wow.
friend, real time workflow, practice running a few things,
Yeah.
practice acting something on the fly, because if someone says, oh my god, I really love that shirt behind you, and you're like, oh, it's not listed yet, and you're not doing random polls, you can just be like, hang on a second, and you can practice putting something into the
Yeah.
show on the fly. And by the way, use temporary listing for that, unless you know that that yellow shirt that you're about to list live is going to be something that you will list later on. You might as well list it as a quality listing when you're on the fly. If not, list as a temporary listing. If it doesn't sell, the listing disappears, and you don't have to take pictures. You don't have to do a description. It's a lot faster way to add on the fly. But yeah, the private show mode is awesome. You can also use private show. Say somebody wants to actually shop your shelves, and they've asked, they ask you to stop your show to like show them everything that you've got behind you.
Yes.
You don't have time for that. Like, you don't have time to be scanning through 6 racks of clothes for this
Wow.
one person. Is offer to do a private show for them and say
Okay.
the
Whoa.
show.
You've just opened up a whole new world for me. I have like a million ideas now running through my mind. I did
Yeah,
not even think about private shows like that.
the key
That's
thing is
amazing.
shows though is you're not going to do the same starts for one person that you
Right.
would
Okay. Good
for,
point.
for a crowd. So if
Yeah.
you normally do if someone comes into your show and you're doing
Mhm.
$4 starts or $8
Yeah.
starts,
Yeah.
and they're like, oh, can you show me this, and can you pull all these other things that
Mhm.
you weren't planning on pulling, and you don't want to stop your show for that, you can say, I'll do a private show with you, but this deal
Um,
today is for the clothes that I have on offer. My starts will be a different price for those items behind me. Those are not, $4 starts or $8 starts or $20 starts, whatever it is. You say, just to let you know, I will invite you to a private show, but they're not starting at the price that I have today for this public show.
yeah.
So,
Yeah.
because, that's,
Yeah.
I hate to say this, but this is one way that people try to take advantage of you, is by,
Mhm.
or maybe they don't mean to do it on purpose, but it is
Mhm.
taking advantage of you if they expect to get the same deal
Yeah.
in a private show that they get in a public show. No,
Yeah.
because competition,
Yeah.
and someone else may outbid them. And yeah, if you're in a private show, there's no one outbidding, so it's basically just buy it now,
Yeah.
right? It's the equivalent of buy it now. So treat it like a
Yep.
buy it now show, as opposed to a um and adjust your prices to
Mhm.
reflect. You can still give them a
Yeah.
deal, but just don't
Of
give them
course.
like low starts that you would if you had a public show. If you're
Yeah.
doing,
That
um,
makes total sense. That makes total sense. And I think that, yeah, definitely helps with like educating the people who are being invited to the private show in advance, so they have like this expectation already, right? um my mind is blown right now, Kim. I want to do
yeah,
private shows now.
yeah,
Such good tips.
and it's also it's so I apologize to buyers who are like, oh my god, you're talking about all these strategies, but this is a strategy to deal with pushy people, pushy people who come into your shows and try to take over the show with demands.
Uh-huh.
And we see this in like all categories. This
Mhm.
happens, not just fashion. And I get it, you come in and you want to shop, but people need to understand that if there are other people in this room, in your room, right? If you're running a show, it's your room. I call it a room because it's
Yeah,
your.
same.
I know it's an old fashioned saying, but you're coming into someone's room, like you're coming into someone's store. And could you imagine if there were like
Yeah.
40 people gathered around the cash register, and you're trying to sell to those
Mhm.
40 people, and one person pushes past everybody else and says, I want you to serve me first and only me for the next
Mhm.
hour, and I want to be the one that gets all the attention, and you're only going to pull my sizes, and you're only going to pull my colors, and you're only going to pull I only want to see dresses, and only want to see them in this size. And they start being that pushy person. If they were in person in a shop, you would tell them to leave, right? If you were in a retail environment, you would
Mhm.
politely tell them that, I'm sorry, ma'am, I can't help you today. I have other customers to help, and I need you to leave right now because
Mhm.
you're disrupting things for other customers and you're being rude.
Mhm.
So why do we put up with it in whatnot shows?
Yeah,
That
it's
is
tricky, right? It's like trying to find that fine balance. Like you don't want to offend anybody or hurt anyone's feelings or anything, but at the same time, you are there to do a job also. And there's that back end piece, or in the back of my mind where okay, I really need to like, I have a certain goal in my head. Like I really want to get through all of these pieces because I want to be able to show the max amount of pieces in a single show that I can in a
yeah,
certain amount of time. And sometimes I do find that, trying to find pieces can take away from that. And so it has been interesting to try to balance that, like being able to provide the customer service aspect of it, but then also like reining it in also to keep it going, right? Because it is a show in your room, right? So, yes, I agree. Yeah.
yeah. There's a whole bunch of people in your room.
Yes. Yes.
In a retail environment, you wouldn't just serve only one.
Yeah.
It's you're serving one customer at a time when you're doing
Yeah.
a live show. So that's where offering up to do a private show
Yeah.
and be like, Cindy Lou, who I am, I would love to help you out today. Unfortunately, I have to get through these things. These are the things that I'm going to do today. And how about I set up a private show and you can come and and you can come in for like an hour and a half and we will just shop my shelves and you can go through my
Mhm.
collection and we'll do like a private show
Yeah.
and then that usually it's like you're not saying you're saying no to
Mhm.
the request in the moment, but you're not saying
Yes.
no to
Yeah.
experience. And in fact, you're offering an elevated experience, right? But you
Yes. Exactly.
at like today I'm doing $4 starts. I wouldn't be able to offer that in my private show, but I certainly would be able to offer you some deals. You could say it that
Yeah.
way.
That's
Um,
such a great strategy. This was an amazing tip. I'm definitely writing this down. I'm going to do it for sure. Yeah, that was great.
so all right, back to my question. If anybody
Yeah.
has questions, sorry, if anyone has questions, feel free to ask your questions. I'm just gonna oh yeah, and Melody said earlier on, she said viewer count doesn't always equal success. Melody and I were talking about that
Yep.
yesterday. Because I had a show. I'm back to selling, so the algorithm still isn't happy with me. I have to teach it that I'm back in the flow again. And I had one show midweek that was like really successful. Um, and I had single digits the entire time. I'm never afraid when there's single digits in my room because I
Mhm.
actually usually do what better than when I have like double digits or more. I just find like I don't mind either one. I'm happy with either one, but
Yeah.
I always find it interesting that that higher numbers don't always indicate
Yeah.
sales. So for anyone out there who's looking at their viewer count and thinking I failed because of my viewer count, focus more on your buy. How many,
Mm.
how many buyers did you get or how many new followers did you get this show and build on that success. So don't see it as just you have to have that high viewer count and
Mhm.
somehow it's success.
Yeah. I try personally to not for me personally, what works for me is to not really look at the the number. I know some people hide the viewer count. I don't hide it, but I just don't make it a point to look at it. It's not something that like I focus on during my show. I'm more focused on the comments. I'm more focused on the product. I'm more focused on enjoying myself. And I think if I'm enjoying myself, that comes across to whoever is in the room, whether it's 5 people or 40 people, right? And so, yeah, that's what I do personally.
Yeah. If you're not having fun, if your energy
Yeah,
starts to lag, try and if you've got some sort of pick me up that you can do to yourself in a moment of like
yeah,
what how can you hit some dopamine yourself to like um, even just what I find sometimes is I just talk about things that make me happy and that usually brings up my dopamine because your brain relives the
mhm,
experience and out some dopamine just from
yes,
loud about happy moments. So
yes, yeah,
so
agreed.
I, that's usually how I get myself out of a slump when I'm selling.
Yes,
I usually watch the numbers because if my numbers suddenly drop a bunch, it
Yeah.
means that I'm lagging and nobody's telling me.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Good point. Yes.
I'm just too annoying to watch because I'm lagging for some reason. And
Yeah.
so I always appreciate people who tell me that I'm frozen or I'm lagging, even if it's I'm frozen on their end. I don't care. Like, tell me,
Yeah.
because I
Yeah.
don't assume that it's you. It might be me, especially when the numbers start to go. So when I see the numbers go down, all
Yes.
of a sudden I go, oh, am I lagging? I will literally say, am I frozen? Am I lagging? Is the sound okay? Just to double check.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
that's perfectly fine. And it's just like, oh,
Yeah.
I was just boring as poop there.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like, is anyone here? Knock, 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 you know?
Um, uh, so you talked about you're nervous every time you go on. I
Yes.
am way too. When
Mhm.
before I hit start show, I do a big breath in and a big breath out to sort of like, okay, here we go.
Yes.
Start show, because I
Yeah.
just need to get a little bit of that nerves out, and then once I start
Mhm.
talking, and then my friends come into the chat and I see them, I'm like, all right, I'm good here.
Yes. Exactly. Exactly.
And sometimes I'm like running around like a chicken with my head cut off throughout the house, just minutes, like seconds before
Yeah.
I run. And
Yeah. Yeah.
like, I toothpaste on my shirt, so I had to change my shirt. Like,
Yeah.
something,
Yes. Or
drill a poop.
tapping.
Yeah. Oh,
Tapping, taps. Yeah. Those are really good too. Sometimes I'll do those. I find that like my calming moment actually is putting on my makeup before a show. And like I don't wear makeup in my day to day. I do not. But I put on makeup for the shows because it like one, I feel like I'm looking at myself the whole time and like
you are.
I'd
You
rather
are.
look awake than not awake if I'm going to be staring at myself for like 3 hours. But so I in my day to day, I don't wear makeup, but I found that like now that I started wearing makeup for the shows, um, I usually put it on right before so that it's fresh. And I find that that is the one thing that can actually pause me for a second to focus on me and just take those breaths because otherwise I would be right to the last minute grabbing this, grabbing that. Da, 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 da. So I make it a point to do my makeup the very last thing before I come on. And I feel like that actually just like calms me down a bit. And then I'm fresh and ready to go. I mean, makeup's not for everyone. It's really not totally my thing either. I'm not like a makeup person, but that's the one thing that I found has helped me actually, weirdly enough.
And 55 says a setup routine can help with nerves
Yes.
too. So
Yes.
you've got to,
Yes.
or something that you always do before you start your show, just like,
Yeah.
okay, I have this, do I have that? All right, let me put
Yeah.
this here. Where's my pen? Where's
Yeah.
this? Okay, all right, I'm good to go. It kind of confirms to you that you're okay. You've
Yes.
got this. All right, now
Yes.
I'm going. That's a
Yeah.
great tip. Just in
Yeah.
case you don't wear makeup
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
whatever reason,
Absolutely.
everything. I find that when I put on my mascara, because I have to stay still while I do it,
Yes.
that really helps. I also,
Yeah. Exactly.
yeah. So looking back, what would you tell first show Ashley?
Oh. Oh gosh. First show Ashley. Um, I think just more like it just would have been more like trust yourself that you've got it. Like I wish I was a bit more confident, but like at the same time, I'm not hard on myself for not being confident the first show. But I think just trust myself that it was going to work out anyways, regardless, even if I messed up or not. You know what I mean? So I think trust. If I could have just told myself, calm down, trust yourself, you can do it, and it's okay if you mess up. And if I could have followed that advice, I think would have been what I would have gone with. Yeah.
Hi, Blasian Bunny. How are you? Welcome in. Um, so and it could regulate and condition the body mind. Yes, absolutely mimics. So how do you market your shows before you go live? Do you like share your
Okay.
shows out? What do you do? I mean, you have a social media marketing background, so give us
Yeah.
tips and tricks.
Well, so for the first, like, what would it be? So if I'm 8 weeks on, maybe like the first 6 weeks of me selling on this app, I was not on social media. I was, I was not. I was on this app learning what goes on over here. I really wanted to know, I really wanted just to spend time learning the market, if you will. What's the audience? Who are the people here? Who are the people that are attracted to me? Learning about my people that are showing up to the shows that I'm building over time. Over time, it seems so short of a time though when you think about it. But and then in terms of marketing myself, so in those first few weeks, marketing myself, I didn't even tell, like I told my closest friends, but I didn't tell anybody, like to be honest, because I just really wanted to, I spent all my time learning this app, learning the people, learning the product, what sells, what's not selling. And when it came to, I guess, marketing within the app, consistency. So very early on, did I say, okay, Mondays are my closet clear out days. Fridays are my higher starting bid, like curated closet days. So creating 2 lanes right away that people could come to me for, and at a consistent schedule. So they knew I was going to be there. Booking those shows out in on my profile, booking those shows out, and then adding new shows in that I could sense and just feel that there was excitement over, and creating those a themed show. So, really feeding into what the community was telling me by their purchases, by their requests, and giving them what they want, essentially. And that's how I say I marketed right off the bat. And then just recently, of like 2.5 weeks ago, have I started posting on socials. So it's really been about learning the audience, really is where it starts, because they're the ones that are here and they're the ones that are purchasing. And so I'm here to serve them. So I needed to learn everything about them. So that's what I did at the beginning.
But that is quintessential marketing anyways, is you
Yeah.
find out who your buyers are, what the
Yeah.
demographic is, and what they
Yeah.
are interested in buying. And then, as my father used to say crassly, find out what they eat and feed it to them.
Yes.
You need to find out what they're interested in,
Mm-hmm.
and you're basically, and this is what everybody can do, whether you have a marketing degree or not, is you,
Mm-hmm.
if you're doing regular shows, and the consistency that you've created is what has helped you to grow so fast,
Yes.
just
Yeah.
8, is that consistency gives you an opportunity to have a baseline indicator for your
Yes.
graphics and for the interests of your
Yeah.
demographic. So you are learning your audience as you
Mm-hmm.
go and you
Yeah.
build. And then if you are in one, if like this week your buyers are asking for boho stuff, then you know that a
Mm-hmm.
week out you're going to do a boho show,
Yeah.
and you're talk about how I'm going to be doing a boho show. Make sure that you
Yeah.
bookmark my
Oh
boho,
yeah.
because I'm going to have just boho,
Yeah.
all boho. You guys asked for
Yeah.
boho. I'm going to be bringing you boho and nothing but boho. And then I'm going to cottage core, granny core
Yeah.
one. I'm going to do a Y2K one.
Yep.
I'm going to do 80 themed one. You That is brilliant. So you are having your
Mm-hmm.
core two, on each
Yes.
side of the week, basically, which then gives
Yes.
you to add in
Yeah.
between. That is forking brilliant. I love it.
Yeah. Yeah. And it gives me the flexibility to play around with things, right? Because so I learned that Lulu and Aritzia, I kept on getting Lulu. Do you have Lulu? Do you have Aritzia? Like I kept on getting that. So I ended up turning those requests into a Lulu Aritzia show now every Wednesday night, because those requests just kept coming in. I'm like, okay. And it's so much so that now it's a dedicated scheduled show now. So I now have my Monday, Friday, 11:30 a.m. show. I have my Wednesday night Lulu Aritzia show. And then I throw in these themed shows, like I'm doing a swimwear beach show because people were asking for swimwear. And like I'm going to do a Father's Day show. And then those ones I add in extra. Like I don't switch out for the most part. It's not to say that it never happens. I won't switch out like a closet clear out show for a swimsuit show. I still keep those core shows the same. And then anything extra, that's an additional show for me. And it brings in new audience. One, it brings in a new audience actually too, because I started doing a kid show. I'm not a kid. I don't normally sell kids clothing. I sell typically women's clothing, but people were asking if I also sell kids clothing, and I'm like, I can. So now I have like a random kids clothing that I add in as additional. So yeah, totally listening to what people are asking for, but then also selling what I want to sell. So like what not the, what I want to sell in terms of what excites me too, because that comes across also. And so that's where the Friday curated edit comes from, because um I love nothing than finding something that's like worth $250 for $5. That is like brings me so much joy. And then it brings me so much joy because I used to find stuff like that and I'd be like, friends. I used to have a WhatsApp group with my friends and family, and I'd be like, yo, I just found this. It's worth like $150. I literally bought it for $3. Somebody needs it, because I just want people to get the best deal on the best products. And so the curated show, that's where that comes from, because I can't start a lot of those things at like $1, $3, $5, $10 even, you know what I mean? And so that show is almost the show for me, to be perfectly honest. But it also brings in that audience that wants that type of product. And it also um, then brings them into my, ecosystem,
Yeah.
and then brings them into my other shows. And it goes the same with all of my other shows, right? That brings in new people, and then they're like, oh, Ashley also does this. And then they see that, and then it just grows from there.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. I
Yeah.
love that.
Yeah.
So if you're taking notes, you should all be taking notes right now. um, tell me a little bit about how you run your shows. So do you do
Sure.
random polls, or do you do a mix? Do you have pre-listed in your
Yep.
buy it now, or how do you
Mhm.
run?
So for my closet clear out shows on Monday mornings, they're mostly random pulls. Actually, I would say like 100% random pulls when it comes to closet clear out. And what I do though is I upload in my tray or my shop, for those shows, my curated edit products that I would show on Friday. And I let people know, hey, we're here for closet clear out day. We'd have starts from $2 up to 10. In my bin, I have, or in my shop, I have all the elevated items that I share in my Friday show. If you go in my shop and peek, and if there's anything you want to see, I'm more than happy to pull it out for you. So this is during my closet clear out show. So there are products in my shop at the time, but I'm not necessarily going through them. I'm using it as a space where people, yes, like a sneak peek and a tease where people can see, okay, so not only does she do like these clear out items, she also does these higher elevated brands, better quality fabric type of pieces. And they can see them in the shop, and they can shop my other show while I'm doing a totally different show. And it kind of maybe entices them. Oh, okay, if this is what's in her shop for the Friday show, I kind of want to tune in to see what else she has. So, and then people will buy the items that I would show normally on my Friday show during like a Monday closet clear out show. Um, but the items that I'm selling really on my Monday show are random pulls. And then on my Friday show, then it's the same items that were listed earlier in my shop. And I might upload like some new things that I have come across throughout the week. And I do also random pulls. So it's a bit of a mix, because I like the random pulls because I think it's exciting for people too, because it's like, they haven't seen it in the shop, and it's like, ooh, and sometimes I forget too what I have. And so it's like a natural reaction when I'm pulling something like, oh my God, I forgot I had this. This is the best thing ever. It's kind of that like Christmas in July or June, I guess. Yeah, so that's what I do.
I'm the same way with like most of my shows are unboxing shows because I have way too
Mhm.
much to unbox. If I ever had the time to get around to having pre-listed shows, I would,
Yeah.
but I have
Yeah.
way too many boxes of things. So
Yeah.
yeah, like I just like, and some people are just there to watch my reaction to what I'm gonna open up.
Yeah.
I'll be like,
It's
what?
fun.
Why did I buy this? Or oh, Oh, I didn't even remember having this. I love
Yeah.
I love that. I love watching those shows too when I'm in
Yeah.
those shows.
Mhm.
I love those shows because it's like you never know what's going to come up
Yeah.
next, and it's something that you never thought you wanted, but suddenly you need. Um,
Yeah.
I love shows, and as Mimic says, it's anticipation, excitement, and FOMO all rolled into one. You're totally right, Mimics. Um, what type of items do you think for you get the biggest reaction from your buyers?
Ooh, that's such a good question. I think the items that I do the starting bid a lot lower than they would anticipate. And I do it strategically. It's totally actually sometimes it's totally by accident because I'm like, oops. Like it happened yesterday. I was like, oops, there's a pair of Lulu leggings in my $1 sudden death clear out show. And I'm like, well, it's here, so let's do it. And that was totally by accident. I had put a couple of pants at the top that oopsies, wasn't supposed to be there. But um there's certain things that like I've run way lower than they should. And I do that from a marketing aspect, not from a profit aspect. Well, it is for profit down the road,
Right.
but there's certain items that I'm like, you know what? Like, this is something that will get people excited. It's going to stir up the room and it gives them like something like to bond over, right? Because I part of my background is creating community in the digital space, so which also helps me a little bit here. And it creates this bonding moment between everyone where it's like, oh, they get all excited together, right? And yeah, I don't look at that as a loss. If it ends up being a loss, I'm more than happy. I mean, I'm okay if I sell it at a loss because I've purposely used that item as a marketing piece in my head. So I'm not looking to make a profit off of a specific piece if I do that, right? So I think those kind of items where people are like, oh my God, like the anticipation of what I could possibly get this for like under like $10. That's amazing, you know? Yeah. So I think that's what causes the most excitement.
Yeah, and do you do giveaways at all?
Yeah,
Or
I do. I do giveaways. I'm not like super consistent with them per se. I don't want to create this expectation that I'm always doing a giveaway. Um, I think that's a tricky road to go down, to be perfectly honest. And for me personally, I want to look at giveaways as giving back to the community rather than pulling in new people. I don't know. I don't know that much, to be honest. This is something that I need to research more, look into the data more, if you will, in terms of the giveaways. But for right now, for me, I look at it as more as giving back to the community versus trying to get people into my shows. Um, and if I do a giveaway, if it's a total freebie giveaway, um, as I said, I'm not super consistent. I'm just more like strategic with it. If there's a special occasion, if I don't know what it is, but I will do like, I consider them giveaways where I might do a low start. Like I might do a jacket that's like $150 and I'll start it at $1. And I'll be like, I'll start this at $1 if we get 5 people who've created a 3-piece bundle, right? So it encourages the bundling and the excitement of starting something that's worth a lot more at $1 start. And what's been really interesting about that is that the viewers in the comments then encourage each other to buy more because they're like,
Right.
I want this Define jacket for $1. People, let's build those bundles. And so it feeds into itself and it's like giving back at the same time. So that's been really an interesting thing that I've been playing with.
That's brilliant, and you're not paying the shipping.
Correct. Correct. Yeah.
'Cause I think that's the thing for Canadians. That's what holds us back from doing giveaways. But also, so Green 13, that's an auctioneer out of Pennsylvania. Um, Jeremy had they used to do giveaways on a frequent basis.
Mhm.
Kind of like their their quick get a quick bite or drink a little bit of coffee and or
Mhm.
just have a quick break, because once upon a time on Whatnot, you if you ran a giveaway, the giveaway, you couldn't do anything else while that giveaway was running other than get people to buy it or you buy it now. You couldn't run auctions.
Oh, okay.
Totally different. They changed
Right.
that. Good, they changed that. Um,
Yeah.
but Jeremy was they made the move away from retailers run. So Jeremy moved away from giveaways because they looked at the statistics, and
Hmm.
like they like Green 13 can hold. It's a bad day if Green 13 only has 100 people in the room. Uh,
Okay.
so like they're not a small seller, and
Hmm.
so they could afford to do giveaways. But he said
Hmm.
giveaway didn't translate into buyers.
Yep.
Just
Yeah.
because you want a
Yeah.
giveaway doesn't mean you become a
Yeah.
buyer. And his goal was to create buyers.
Yep.
And so he's like, you know what? We're not doing giveaways anymore. If he's on some
Yep.
sort of raid train and you have to do a giveaway or something, and they don't do a lot of raid trains, but if they do and there's a
Hmm.
giveaway to do, then he does it as a giveaway.
Yeah.
And I listened to that and I was like, I didn't feel like giveaways were. I mean, people are like, oh, you're going to get followers from it. Do a follower only giveaway. You're going to build followers. Followers who follow you from giveaways,
Yeah.
they that doesn't mean that
Yeah.
they're going to be a buyer.
No.
Would
And
rather,
I've
yeah.
seen in my previous work, I've seen giveaways on a much larger scale. And I just don't, I just don't see it as a quality. It's not a quality follow. It's not a quality, um, like a quality follow, and like a follow that's there for you. And you don't want your numbers to be watered down. You want your numbers to be as true to, uh, the customers that you have. And if you have followers that actually are just not even caring what you do at all, they're just there for a giveaway, think about how that messes up your data in the back end too, right? Because your data now is getting also watered down to people who are totally disengaged with you. They're not actually there for you. And so that's another thing to think about too.
So Elizabeth Oda asked, what about buyers giveaways? And I I think that buyers giveaways are good. Um, as long as the seller is willing to be perfectly okay with a non-buyer winning.
Mhm.
Uh, as you can legally, you have to have the form available, which Whatnot gives you the ability to do so. So you have to be okay with that. And if you're not going to be okay with that, and your face is going to show it on camera, then you shouldn't run a buyer's giveaway, because somebody who's a form filler could win. And I find that I find buyers giveaways are good, but I think if you were to offer a deal or a coupon or something, I think that a lot of people appreciate that more than
Mhm.
than a buyer's giveaway at the end. Also, because a lot of buyers don't stick around to the end, and if you do a buyer
Mhm.
at the end, it's only like the 3 out of your 10 people who stuck around all the way to the end. So I find that a lot of buyers giveaways that I've watched, it's not all the buyers are still there at the end of it. So are you really doing a buyer's giveaway, or just the ones who stuck around till the end giveaway? Um, so I don't think that there is much of an incentive as you think they are, that
Mhm.
someone's in your room for the entire show just so they can get on the buyer's giveaway, unless you're giving away something
Mhm.
valuable. And
Mhm.
people are like,
Mhm.
that
Yeah.
doesn't, forget it, I'm gone.
Yeah.
People
And
still,
I think, Sarsaparilla says here, don't giveaways hold people in your room longer though. So while it's running, you show some fabulous stuff. In my opinion, and I'm not an expert, like I'm new here, right, guys? So like don't take what I'm saying with like a grain of salt. Um, I think that the giveaway should not be what holds people there. I think you should be what holds people there, and the product that you have should be what holds people there. The giveaways help for sure. It's like a little kind of like a little bump for sure. But I think if you're relying on giveaways to hold people there, you need to look at the other things that you're doing. What could you level up in the other things that you're doing to keep people there, is what I
yeah.
think.
What would be a better spend? Would
Yes.
would offering a coupon be a better spend?
Oh,
Would
yeah.
something else be a
Yeah.
better spend of that money that would keep people there? I will say that if I
Yeah.
get a, like if the Hodgepodge place rated me in it during a selling show, um,
Hmm.
every once in a while, bless Christine, every once in a while she has done that. Then I will run a giveaway or I'll do a $1 start. But I find that you're a lot of times if you get a big raid, they come in, they say raid, well, they wait for the reaction and then they're out of there, right? Um, so um, I just think yes, it definitely is a strategy, sarsaparilla, and if it works for you, keep doing it.
Hmm. Yeah.
Work for you. If you feel like it's working, then carry on. Like there is no one
Yes. Yeah.
way.
Of
That's the
course.
real,
Yeah.
no one way, whatnot. But there are so many other tools that we can use that I think
Yeah.
giveaways are becoming less of a marketing strategy than they were at the beginning of whatnot, where it was an expectation in
Mm.
it was an expectation you
Mm.
ran ways in every single show.
Okay.
It's
I
extremely
wouldn't
cost.
like that. Personally, I don't like that. Like, I don't know, like it's so turn offy to me. And like not like I like giveaways, but if it's like the expectation, I don't like that because then I just feel then because I look at the people who come into my show as a true relationship. And then yes, I know they're coming to my shows to purchase clothing, but and it's a transaction. But at the same time, it doesn't feel like a transaction to me either because I truly look at the people that come to my show as the friends who are coming to hang out with me. And if the expectation is that I'm here to just give everyone giveaways, then that ruins it for me personally in terms of the relationship that I have with the people who come in to buy with me. And I don't like that. It makes it that so transactional. Like if you're just here for a giveaway, then I don't even know if you're the right person for me then, you know? So yeah, it's just something to think about.
And AHJC asks a very good question. What are your thoughts on a giveaway when the show is shared a certain number of times? This is definitely a strategy you can do. I'll do a giveaway if I get, if I get 100 bookmarks or 50 bookmarks or 20 bookmarks, whatever, on my show that's this Thursday, right? I'll do a giveaway if you do bookmarks or if you share the show out. If I see, that that is definitely something that you can do. The one challenge with the share the show thing is that I think that if someone is in incognito mode, it won't show that they shared. You're not going to see it.
Mm, I
So,
see. Yeah.
it, but you could certainly say, I've got a show tomorrow. I'd love to get it up to 25 bookmarks. If I get up to 25 bookmarks, in the next hour. So you don't have to keep checking back to see. You can just
Mm-hmm.
say, in an hour, I've got 25 or more bookmarks. I
Mm-hmm.
will run this item for only $2, or I'll do a giveaway,
Yeah.
or I'm give you all a coupon you can use in any of my future shows, something
Yeah.
like that. That gives people some sort of reward.
Mm-hmm.
I think because giveaways are exciting because it's like I'm gonna win something. It's exciting. I totally get that, and that's why giveaways have worked over the years.
Yeah.
Of shipping is as high as it can be for Canadian
Yeah.
sell. Just shipping within Canada, I
Yeah.
mean, I had $20 that I've had to pay to ship out some little tchotchke that I'm going to do a giveaway on. Um,
Yeah.
and that's a big cost if you can
It
afford that.
is.
But I think you can use other tools, art marketing tools. You can
Yeah.
do a giveaway if you reach a certain goal. You say
Yep.
I'm going to do a giveaway if I do 250 sales today. If I have 250 items sold
Yeah.
today, I will do a giveaway, or I'll everybody will get a bonus. Everyone
Mm.
will get an invitation, whatever it is. You can do that for sure. Like you can have a sales goal, you could have a share goal, you could have all kinds
Yes.
of goals, and you could do it that way. You could also do it that instead of a giveaway, you offer coupons or a private show invite or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So there's
That's a
lots of
great idea. And another thing with the sharing the shows, um, try it if that's something you want to try it more than once. Try it at least 3 times. and then look at the data. Did you end up making more shows or more sales that particular show? Did your viewer count go up for those shows particularly? Did your follower count go up right after those shows, during those shows? Like, you don't want to just willy-nilly do things just for shits and giggles. Like, you have to think about it strategically. Like, why are you doing this? And if you're doing it, is it actually working? And you need to think about that and analyze that before you continue doing something that you might just think is working. You need to look at the numbers, which sometimes is not it's not my favorite thing, to be perfectly honest, but you got to do it, because if you want your businesses to be successful, you have to figure that stuff out. So, yeah.
Yeah. Keeping track of that kind of stuff is important. It's
Yeah.
so if you are going to do giveaways, and you do say you do the giveaway, not a buyer's giveaway, but a regular giveaway. If you do giveaways at the beginning of your show, then write down after each time, write down, did that person, because you'll know when you go
Yeah.
to, it's going to say whether that person just has the one thing that's the
Hmm.
giveaway or they bought a bunch of other things, and you can track that.
Yep.
And you can see, like, okay, I did every Monday show, I did a giveaway at the beginning of each show, and um 6 out of the 10 people ended up buying something else from me. Well, I think that's a good metric to keep looking at to see if
Hmm.
10 more weeks go on. And the question is did they, so first question is, did those people who won buy from you
Hmm.
um in that show? And did the second question is, okay, overall, after you've done it for a while, don't do it show by show, because that's not enough data. After a while, after like 3 months of trying
Hmm.
this, did the amount of money you spent on giveaways, shipping, and the
Yeah.
cost of goods, did the amount of money that you spent on giveaways um, get made up for in sales?
Yeah.
So if you did $500 worth of giveaway ship and the cost of item, but you only sold $400 worth of stuff to those folks, does that, I know that there's like other calculations that you could get into
Of
that are a little bit
course.
for the average person, but like just that basic, like,
Yeah.
if you spent $500 on giveaways, did you get from those people who won more than $500 worth of sales in those shows?
Hmm.
And yeah, sometimes people will come back again and again, and you've unlocked a new buyer. Sometimes not so much, that you never see them again, right? So starting to look at some of those metrics to decide whether it's good for your business. But if
Yeah.
you know what, if it makes your heart feel happy, and you
Yes.
don't care what it costs,
Yes,
like,
yes,
again,
exactly. And that's the
do it
best
how you,
thing, right? Like, we all have our own businesses and we all know what works for our business. Nobody else knows your numbers. Nobody else knows what makes you happy, because you have to be happy running your business too, right? And that's the most important, right? Finding what works for you. Just make sure it's working for you. Don't just do it over and over again because you think it's working. And, if you want it to be a profitable business, you have to keep that in mind.
yeah. And Canadian Brick Cafe says, quality packing and a thank you note for the support, handwritten note, is more meaningful than a giveaway to someone who,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. And I will always love vintage says, I stay in shows for the friends in the chat and the friend I'm watching, unboxing or new
Yeah.
haul, fun unknown items. And Canadian Brick Cafe says, I at one time had over 10,000 random stickers I got from China. So I used to throw in random a pack of various stickers and a note with every shipment. I love that. And
Yeah.
Magnus by Marika says, I run polls in my shows for fun
Yes.
feedback. I love that.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, who doesn't love stickers? I've started putting them in packages
Mhm.
too. I used to have a pile of stickers that I would then redistribute from my purchases. I had like a bucket that I filled with the stickers that I got, and then I would redistribute them into
Yeah.
other people that would buy from me. So thank you for your stickers. They got to people, because I don't know what I do with them. Your kids get the stickers. I love that. I don't have kids. Well, I have Loki, but he yesterday yesterday price tags all over his hind legs because he had come up to me while I was working on stuff and I'd been pulling off old price stickers and putting new ones
Yeah.
on. And sat down right in the spot where I had the price stickers, so we ended up getting decorated. He
Yeah.
was for sale for a lot of different money. Water bottles, of course. Ooh, that's a good idea.
That's fun.
I will always love Pinterest. I give a card and stickers, but now I add a green tea or ephemera too. I love that.
Cute.
You won't get anything extra from me other than a thank you note and my red rooster sticker and a card that says "Don't before the magic happens." That's it. I don't do giveaways. I don't do givey thingies inside the packages.
Neither do I, actually. I don't either.
It's because I'm already giving. I already feel like I'm giving good
Mhm.
deals.
That's how I look at it too.
If I'm selling at like a curated level, then
Yeah.
yeah, I would probably add something in.
Mhm.
But when you good deals, you already got your freebie. You got it because I
Yeah.
gave you.
That's exactly how I look at it too. I don't put anything in my packages, but I package it nice, I package it right, and I pour everything into the products that I'm selling and into my shows and into the community is what I do.
I mean, I love it when I get little gifts in packages. Don't get me wrong.
Yes, it's
Really,
cute. I love it too. It's cute.
I love it. But it's just the reality is that I'm running at low starts on purpose, so
Yeah,
I'm not.
same. Yeah.
So Melody is about to go on. Does anybody have any questions for Ashley? I know we went over a whole bunch of things. If you
Yeah.
have questions related to selling on Whatnot, and you can always wait and ask. We're about to raid into Melody. If you haven't been in one of these Fashion Friday chats, we're going to raid into Melody. And then Melody's going to bring back in Ashley to continue the conversation. So if you have more questions, you can ask them of Ashley. You don't need to, you don't need to think like you've lost your chance to ask a question of Ashley.
Mhm.
She's on again. So yeah, so as Sarsaparilla says, let's everybody put up your
Yes.
everybody put up your emojis. If you're a seller here, put up your emoji.
Yes.
Everybody can follow everybody else. And I want to thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it. And I'm looking forward to listening in while I'm doing some other things. I'll be listening in. Albedo is going to be, you're going to sell Albedo. I can't wait for it.
Yay. Thank you.
So I really appreciate you. Thank you so much, Ashley. I love your enthusiasm about the app. I'm so excited at how far you've already grown
Thank you.
in just 8 weeks.
Yeah.
And your mom is also very proud of you, as she should be. And I'm looking forward to having you back on in a few months
Yes.
and
Yes,
see
I'd love
you
to.
again, like Premier Shop or something, probably.
How fun.
Yeah, can you imagine? Yeah, that would be good. Then you can give
Aw.
that layoff a big middle finger, can't you? Um, Okay, everybody. So we're going to raid into Melody now. I'm going to be back on tomorrow. I'm not doing a topic chat tomorrow. It's going to be a Q&A. So bring all of your questions to the chat tomorrow. I'm just doing a general Q&A instead of doing a topic show. So because every once in a while I find that people just need to come in and ask questions and not just listen to me teach. So that's what we're going to do tomorrow morning. And yeah, so I'll be listening in. Thank you again to Ashley. Please, Ashley, you can just stay on while we raid because
Sure. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you. I had so much fun and I learned from you during this chat. So this was amazing. Thank you.
yeah, then I've done my job.
Yeah.
One person has learned something today,
Yeah.
so I've done my job.
Private shows, here we come.
Yay, private shows. Yeah, to be honest, most people will say won't follow through on the private show. They
Yeah,
just
yeah.
want the air, right? But some people will, and you'll never know. You could end up with a whole new group of people that you shop for because you're doing regular private shows with them.
Yeah, yeah.
And
I love that.
yeah. All right. We're going to go right into Melody now. I love you guys so much. Thanks for hanging out. Stay on board this because we are going to be Melody is going to be chatting with Ashley. So bring all your questions to Ashley. I'm looking forward to this. I love you. Have a great day, and I will see you tomorrow.